Peace and blessings. For those that don't know me, my name is Khalid, and I'm venturing to start this YouTube page with the purpose of sharing a bit of my life. I recently came home off of doing 25 years off of a life sentence. And what I want to do is walk people through my experience and what led me down that path. Uh, I will be transparent. I won't make any excuses. Um, and it would be long, it would be broad, it would be specific, it would be honest, and hopefully informative. Before I go any further, if you would like, subscribe, and share this page. I want to reach as many people as I can. One of the reasons why I thought doing this page was important was because with this coronavirus and shutting down so many facilities, juvenile jails, and those of us who desire to go into these places and share a bit of our stories with people has been, altered greatly because of this virus. So what I wanted to do was do this. It had been a suggestion once I was freed by a cousin of mine and my brother and a few other friends who thought it may be good, informative for others, helpful for others, but also therapeutic for myself. Um, as I said, I did 25 years off of a life sentence in the Virginia prison system. I came home roughly 2 years ago. And since then, I've been working. Uh, I have my license, I have a vehicle, I have my own place, but not without the help of many people who assisted me along the way. Um, but I'll go into that a little later. The purpose of this page, and I entitled it Lessons Learned, because that is what I did. I learned a lot of lessons. I learned about myself, I learned about others. Uh, and so one of the things I want to do is share with people my walk, where I came from. I was born and raised in DC with a few other stints. I stayed in Maryland for a second, Calvert County. I stayed in St. Croix de Virgin Islands for a year with my father. Stayed in Arlington for a second, Virginia. Uh, Went to 15 different schools by the time I was 16. Um, Loved my family to death, but it has always been dysfunctional. Not everyone. We're a large family, and pretty close for the most part. However, much of my experiences with my family, with my upbringing, uh, had influences in my life that weren't always positive. And so I want to discuss that. I want to interview people who have done time, who've come home and they are successful themselves. I want to interview people who've been impacted by those of us who committed crimes, heinous and otherwise, um, to see what their process was, their thought process, and their life's struggles and the results of it. Um, as I said, I won't be making any excuses. I won't be lying at all. For those that know me, know that's not what I'm going to do. Um, I want to be very transparent. It wasn't an easy 25 years. I saw a lot, uh, experienced a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, a lot of loss. One of the things that I learned that I try to practice and reflect on daily is gratitude. We take for granted freedom. We take for granted food, clothing, shelter. And even for those that don't live criminal lives, anyone can get tricked or trapped into being put behind bars. So gratitude is something that I learned a long time ago because, once freedom is taken, you begin to realize how beautiful it was to be able to just walk to the store, to be able to just walk down the street, to go to a park, to travel, to use a bicycle. None of this is possible in prison. You're going to go from your cell to the child hall, to the rec yard, back to your cell, to programs from time to time, depending upon the prison that you're at and how open it is, because even some prisons have very limited rec opportunity. You're confined to your cell more often than not because of lockdowns and what have you. Um, and so, I learned that lesson. I also learned that people don't have to be in your life, even the ones that you want to be in your life. They don't have to, and they're not going to always be there. But there are people who you least expect that will come along in your life and help you along your way. And I've had a lot of people help me along my journey. Some came for a day, some wrote one letter, some wrote 100, some wrote until the day I came home. So I'm grateful for all of that. I'm grateful for the friends that I've made. One in particular, he's a brother of mine, one of my closest friend, to be honest with you. And we've known each other for 20 plus years, and we're still brothers. I'll interview him as well. But again, I don't want to be long-winded. I will have those moments where I will be long-winded, and I will go on and on, because my tale is a very long one. It's a very broad and, like I said, extensive. But again, I only want to share what I can with those who may listen. My aim, and I will conclude with this, my aim is to educate, because there are those who get locked up, and others, victims, their family, and the like, will say, burn them to the cross, send him to prison for the rest of his life. And I understand that. If you suffered loss, if you suffered injury, if you suffered, theft, those things, you don't want to find any kindness in your heart for those who did it. However, when you learn someone's tale, that often can change your judgment. So I want to educate people that everybody in prison, everyone behind those walls, doesn't deserve the time that they have. They don't deserve what they receive. Many, and honestly, I believe most do, but not all. And so there's a tale behind every face, men and women, juveniles. And I want to share some of mine, some of other people's, with respect. I want to be a mentor. Most of my prison time, I was a mentor at Nottoway Correctional Center, Greensville. I still am in touch with many of the brothers that are behind bars and on the outside now. I enjoyed being a mentor. It was hard at times because you pour so much of yourself into these younger brothers that when they get in trouble still, when they make mistakes, or when they don't appreciate what you offer, it hurts. But I stayed the course. And like I said, I'm still bonded with many brothers, still write many brothers, send money to many brothers, books and whatnot, still trying to keep their spirits up and educate them along the way. I want to continue to do that. Since I've been home, I have been to Landmark Detention. I've spoken to the youth there. I was accompanied by one of my younger brothers, and the youth were engaging. They enjoyed it. I wanted to go back. Unfortunately, COVID hit, and I still plan on setting up a Zoom meeting sooner or later. I go to Potomac Gardens, where a nonprofit organization under Brother Frank Muhammad and his partners, they mentor, they feed, they help the community there. And I've been participating in that for quite a few months now, and I enjoy that immensely. So I want to continue to be a mentor. I want to be able to help young men and women make better decisions, so they don't have to suffer with myself and many other people suffer by making the wrong decision, either once or too many times. I want to eventually open my own facility and start a nonprofit organization, because there are so many things that can be taught, that should be taught, that are needed to be taught. These young brothers and sisters don't have fathers, they don't have big brothers, they don't have uncles and grandparents that are often engaging. Some have it, but the streets has a terrible allure, a great allure, and a strong influence. And if we're not careful, we will lose the ones we love to the streets, and the streets don't have any love for us. They're convenient, but they don't have the love for us that those in our households often do. But it takes work to prove that we love our children and our loved ones, and that work often comes with great sacrifice. So I would like to have a facility one day so that I can, bring people in to educate, to teach how to open up bank accounts, how to work on AC units, how to change a tire. A lot of this younger generation doesn't know half of what I was taught when I was young by my father, and that didn't keep me out of trouble, but it did inform me. It helped me along the way. It still benefits me to this day, learning how to paint, learning how to do some construction, learning how to sew, iron, clean, cook. These are the things that was taught to us, many of us, when we were younger. Today, these things aren't picked up by many of the youth, aren't taught to the youth, and so they are in need of these things. And so if I'm able to one day in the future, most high willing, is to get a facility that can be a academic training ground, educational and otherwise. And so that is my purpose. And so again, I thank you all for listening. I will continue to put out videos over the next few months, and hopefully, people will appreciate what I'm trying to offer. I look forward to questions and comments. I will get to those as best I can, as soon as I can. And again, I just ask that you all walk with me, that you be patient with me, because it's the first time that I've done something like this, and I'm not familiar with it entirely. I'm being helped by even some of my nieces and nephews and younger cousins who are whizzes with these electronics. So I thank you all for giving me your ear, and I ask that you be on the lookout for more material. And again, like, subscribe, and share. Have a good day. Be peaceful and safe out there. Thank you.